What's up guys, I'm Radio here, back again with another video with Sunset Arts, and today I am bringing you Football Weekend. Yes, it's where we come up with the most important games of the weekend and give you our predictions while we play the most important game of the weekend on FIFA. So yeah, let's get into it. As you can see, El Clásico is the most important game of this weekend, so let's jump into it and then give us your predictions. I am going to play as... I think I'm playing as Barca, so... Alright, so our first game of the weekend that we're going to pick is going to come out of the Serie A, which are the next actually handful of them when I look at it. Lazio versus Roma. I believe Roma is going to prevail over Lazio 2-3. Oh no, wait, no, 3-2. Yeah, no, I don't know. What am I saying? Yeah, 3-2. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think offensively, both of these teams have amazing wingers, world-class wingers. If you don't think so, then go fuck yourself. I don't know. What do you want me to do? But yeah, it's a top 5 matchup. I think it's the most interesting matchup for the Serie A, besides the other one I'm going to say later on in the video. But the next one is Juve versus Atalanta. I don't know how to pronounce it. Atlanta. I'm gonna call him Atlanta. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. We're in America. We don't give a shit. And I believe Juve will prevail 3-0 as we get this game started here. This is gonna be really hard to pay attention and like do predictions. The reason why I think Juve is getting tired of the smaller teams in the Serie A kicking their shit in, and I believe they will come up for a win over them. It's Napoli versus Inter Milan. I believe Napoli will win 2-1. I think Napoli just has a little bit too much going forward, and enough of it to stop that front line of Icardi and Candreva, all those guys with Inter, and I just don't think Inter will have enough to stop them. I don't know. It's just as simple as that. It's a simple pick. This one will be Empoli versus Sassuolo, which is actually a pretty important matchup for both of these clubs because both of them are right outside the relegation zone. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying over here, and I just think it's an important game for both of them to just really, re-kickstart their season before the winter break. Pick was Sassuolo to win 2-1. Let's head over to the Premier League, the league of all leagues, I believe, because it's the Prem. And I believe my beloved Red Devils of Manchester United will prevail over the Toffees of Everton, I think. What kind of fucking name is that shit? They are facing Everton this week, and I believe we will win 2-1, coming off that brilliant 4-1 capital whatever cup, whatever they call that English club thing now. Just really disappointing to watching this team just play too far back and not enough forward when we have enough to play forward, and it's just really annoying to watch some of these games. I really I just snore sometimes when I watch these games. Let's get into the next match, which I think is another important match in the Prem. It's between Watford and West Brom. I believe West Brom will get the victory out of this and get out of Watford with the 3 points, because I think they have a lot of momentum going on, even though I think it's an important game for Watford as well, because they are two mid-table teams in the Prem, probably trying to get either into the Europa League spot or just have a good finish in the Premier League, which both of these clubs I believe need. Even though Watford did survive relegation last year with a solid mid-table team, and I don't know what the hell's going on right here. So that game going forward, I think West Brom with Chadley doing pretty well, and I think I don't know how what's his name, Bernardinho's been doing, but maybe this game was the game where he shows up and nails one in, or even Rondon. They have a pretty good stuff going forward for that team. So yeah, Chelsea and Man City, the top 3 matchup, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's a top 3 matchup because I know Liverpool's up there right now. I think at 1, and Chelsea's at 2. Wait, I'm not too sure. I'll have to double check that. But I believe it was going to be a draw, the first draw prediction of the week, and I think it will be a 2-2 draw. I know City's been like not playing so well lately with some injuries going on, but some people coming back and working on their fitness. And you know, actually Chelsea's been kind of hot lately, and then Conte's really gotten that back line to really, you know, be a solid back line for them. Obviously they destroyed us not too long ago with that Conte goal on Smalling, and it was really embarrassing to just go to Stamford Bridge and get just dismantled. But I believe it'll be a draw. I think both teams, usually these games are like really, you know, defensive. I know the last game I really watched was I think it was last year. Yeah, that was a pretty exciting game with like Schürrle scoring. Oh wait, no, maybe that was 2 years ago. Schürrle was playing for Chelsea. What am I thinking? But yeah, usually these games are like low scoring, and I believe it's going to be a draw. Next, we are going to go to Portugal, and that game is going to be against FC Porto versus Braga. And I believe that game will be Porto grabbing the 3 points with a 2-0 victory over Braga. I know Braga's had an excellent start to the season, but I think this is a more important game for Porto to catch up to Benfica. And if they don't catch up to Benfica, Benfica is just going to run away with the title, unfortunately. And I think it's a more important game for Porto to show up, and I think they will. Next, we have the Scottish Premier League with Rangers versus Aberdeen. I know it's an important game for Rangers because they got to make up some ground with Celtic, and I know Celtic's probably going to get those 3 points this weekend because I think they're playing Motherwells, and I don't think that's going to be too hard of a game for them to get by. And plus, I think they're going to be out of Champions League pretty soon, so Rangers are going to need to get as much points as they need to even compete in that league. But I have Rangers up to 2-1 on Aberdeen. And we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. There's also an important game in the A-League between Melbourne Victory and Perth Glory. I think that's Perth Glory. I don't know who fucking comes up with these names, dude. One important game in the A-League between a I think they're top 4 opponents, and it's important for Melbourne to get this because you have. I just scored. That was a screamer. Rakitic. It's an important game for Melbourne because you got City or Melbourne City that's, you know, taking some points away, grabbing some ground, and then you have Sydney FC up at top. So it's a smart move because the Sydney FC is kind of falling off of form. I believe they lost this past weekend, and I think it's a very important game to catch up. And if the Sydney FC, I think they're playing Pacific Coast. I think that's what they're called. And I know that's a strong team. I think they're around top 5, mid-table-ish. So I think they'll struggle, even though Glory are up there on the table as well. But I think this is an important game to win, and also to establish yourself, to show that you want to win the A-League. I don't know what they really win. I don't even know. Do they have like a Champions League or something in Asia or something like this shit? Lastly, we have the most important game, the El Clásico, the game we are playing right now between Barcelona and Real Madrid. And I think this is a very simple pick, with Barcelona kind of slumping down this past couple of weeks with a loss, I think, to Malaga. I think they are not equipped enough to win, even though Messi can surprise you. He's obviously, you know, one of the top 3 players in the world. And I don't know if Neymar, I thought Neymar was unhealthy, I believe, the last report I've heard or read from. But I just don't think Barca is as hot as Real Madrid, with Madrid coming off that big win over Atletico Madrid recently. So, you know, I think it's really just it's really important for for Madrid to show their dominance and to kind of run away with the title. Even though with Serie A, it's a 3-horse race basically at the moment, I feel. Even though Atletico Madrid just recently lost to Real Madrid, but you know these teams like last week they drop points, and it's a good way to take 3 points away from your top opponent in your division. And Neymar didn't even go for that shit. What the fuck, Neymar? What are you doing? So, that is our picks for the week. I'm going to continue to play this game, and we're going to speed it up and show you the results, I guess. I don't know from here. But, yeah.